Here is one of my students' result. Hello everybody, welcome to the first video of the channel. A little bit of introduction about me. I'm teacher Jack and I've been teaching English, specifically IELTS, for the past 7 years. A little bit introduction of the IELTS exam, International English Language Testing System. This exam is basically used by students who want to study abroad in English-speaking countries or in Europe, and any universities which have courses in English would require you to have this exam. There would be a minimum band score, or for immigration, a lot of people use this exam. I made this channel to help all of you achieve your desired IELTS score. I will try to help you as much as I can, and whatever is in my capability to help all of you. Here is one of my students' result, and here is another one. I'll be making a lot more content based on IELTS. I encourage you to comment down below some struggles that you may have with IELTS, and I will try to answer every single one of you. You can also reach out to my Instagram if you need any help. I love teaching, so this has been basically my life for the past 7 years, and I hope to continue helping all of you. Let's get that IELTS score, yeah? Let's go.
These are the top 5 mistakes that students make in the IELTS listening test. Stick till the end of the video because mistake number 5 is a silent killer that ruins your band. So let's get into it. Everybody, welcome back to IELTS with Teacher Jack. Today we'll be focusing on the top 5 mistakes that students make in the IELTS listening test, or the listening part of the exam. And these mistakes cost them high bands. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what not to do in the IELTS listening test and what to do instead. Mistake number 1. Not reading the questions carefully before the audio starts. You get 30 seconds to look at the questions and their probable answers in some cases. A lot of the students waste this time adjusting their headphones or maybe staring at the ceiling. Don't do that. Look at the questions in those 30 seconds and try to make predictions in your head. What could be a possible answer here? And look for keywords. It's very important. Mistake number 2, writing answers or writing complete answers while listening. IELTS is tricky because you only hear it once. And while you're listening, you need to focus on that more. So try to note down short answers, notes, or keywords going to help you or tell you what the full answer was. You can fill in the full answer in the last 10-second gap after each section. Mistake number 3, ignoring spelling and plurals. If you make a mistake in spelling, and if you're missing one letter, it's going to cost you ban, or the answer will be considered wrong. And also plurals. If the answer is tickets and you write ticket, it's wrong. If you write a spelling for accommodation, you're missing an M. It's wrong because these answers are checked by a computer. You don't get that answer correct if you have a spelling or a plural mistake. So after writing your answers, make sure to revise them and check for any possible spelling errors or plural mistakes. Mistake number 4, getting distracted by distractors. In the IELTS listening exam, there are questions where one answer will feel like that's the final one, but you have to be patient enough and attentive enough to get the actual correct answer. For example, the meeting was first planned on Monday. Now here, if you stop and put your answer, you will put Monday. But in reality, the answer is, the complete sentence was, the meeting was first planned on Monday, but I believe it has been moved to Wednesday. So the final answer, when is the meeting planned for, is Wednesday. And the final and the most important one, poor transfer to answer sheet. Messing up when transferring answers to the answer sheet is the biggest silent killer in the IELTS listening part of the test. You get 10 minutes at the end for this. Many students rush, mix up the numbers, miss some spellings or miss plurals. And in the end, when all of those wrong answers add up, you lose at least 2 or 3 bands. And we do not want to do that. So you have more than enough time at the end of the exam. Be careful, be mindful of what you're putting in the answer, reread them and revise them. By more practice of these exams and actual IELTS exams, you can improve your timing of writing and do not panic at the end. So those were the top 5 mistakes that students make in the IELTS exam and how to avoid them. Comment down below which one was the most common mistake that you were making before this video. If you have any other mistake that you are making in the IELTS listening exam, please also comment that below and I will answer with a tip to fix it instantly. And if you want more practice tests or some free tips, hit that subscribe button, like this video, share this with someone who is practicing for the IELTS exam. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you in the next one.
This is IELTS with Teacher Jack. Today we'll talk about the 3 most important tips for getting a band 9 in IELTS listening. Number 1. So when the IELTS test starts, there's a high possibility that you may miss the first answer to the first question. You have to keep your ears open and be very careful for catching the first answer or the first question. If you miss that, you may miss the second or the third. So be careful, look for synonyms and similar words and sounds. Practice maps. Maps are a part of the IELTS listening that a lot of people get wrong. Because they don't know where is the starting position, where you are after the second answer. Usually in IELTS listening, there are more number of questions than the answers. For example, there are 7 questions and only 5 corresponding spots on the map. So be careful and practice real-time IELTS tests to make sure you are up to date and you are correct or accurate when solving questions with maps. Number 3. This is kind of relatable to the first tip. If you have missed a question, if you have missed an answer in the IELTS listening part, you have to move on. Because if you're still stuck on that mentally, you may miss the next question. So make sure if you have missed one, leave it for the last. You will have time at the end. You can kind of make sure at the end to see what answer may fit here. So because of missing one, don't miss the next answer. Thank you for watching.
Stop making these IELTS reading mistakes. Today in this video, I'll share with you 5 mistakes that all of you are making in reading. And the worst part is that most students don't even realize that they're making them. Stick till the end of the video because number 5 is the worst one and is a silent killer of your band score. Mistake number 1, reading every single word. You don't have time for that simply. You have 60 minutes to attempt 40 questions. That's about 1.5 minutes per question. Spending too much time on one question will leave no more time for the others. You are reading to pass the exam, so scan for keywords, skim through passages, and get that answer. You're not reading for pleasure. Mistake number 2, ignoring keywords in the questions. Before you read, circle keywords like dates, names, or words that could have possible synonyms or unique terms. These are your GPS. They help you locate the right paragraph fast. Mistake number 3, this is also an important one. Falling for synonym traps. Looking for the exact same word. Well, obviously, IELTS loves paraphrasing. If the question says young people, the text might say teenagers or the youth. So train your brain to look for familiar words and practice synonyms as much as you can. I can't stress this enough. Mistake number 4, not understanding the question type. Before you attempt any part of one section, read the question properly. There are matching headings, true, false, not given, fill in the blanks, multiple choice, and more. If you treat them all the same way, you will keep losing points. Take 5 seconds to identify the question first and only then attempt it. Are you preparing for IELTS and you want a high band score, but you're stuck between reading traps, writing mistakes, and speaking nerves? Well, you're not alone. But the good news is that you don't have to struggle anymore. After 7 years of experience with IELTS, I've created a complete IELTS mastery course. It has things from 500 synonyms required for reading to amazing idioms that help you get a high band score in speaking, proven structures for Writing Task 1, Academic, General, and Writing Task 2 with actual band 9 samples with a range of 6.5 to 9 and why this is a 6.5, why it's a 7, why it's at 8, and how to get to 9. Listening strategies with actual examples, plus topic-based vocabulary banks, grammar fixes, and linking words that examiners love. And here is the actual best part. I'm not saying this out of the blue. My students have actually achieved a band 7, 7.5, an 8, an 8.5, and even a band 9 in reading, listening, speaking, you name it. This course is not just about IELTS. It's about opening doors to opportunities, universities, and careers that are your dream. So if you're actually serious about getting your dream band score, I have attached the course link in the description of this video. Click on it and let's make IELTS your success story. And here is mistake number 5, the biggest mistake that everyone is making, and it's killing your band score. Confusing false and not given. It is the biggest trap. Let's make this clear. True, the text agrees. False, it's the opposite. The text says the opposite. Not given, the text doesn't mention it at all. Even if one word or one part of information is missing, then it is not given. Never guess, only answer on what's given in the passage. So those are the top 5 mistakes you must stop making in IELTS reading to get a high band score. Which one have you been guilty of? Comment down below and I'll give you a personal tip. And don't forget to subscribe for my next video. I'll keep coming with helpful tips to increase your band score. Thank you very much. See you in the next one.
The channel, and today we'll be focusing on IELTS academic reading. This video is the only video that you will need to score a band 9 in the IELTS reading section. We'll be going through different types of questions. Obviously, we will not do all of the questions, all 40 questions, but to save time and to make it useful for you guys to follow up, I will attempt 1 or 2 questions from different sections like true, false, not given, blank spaces, or other types of question where you have to match the authors, examples like that. And you can follow along. I'll give you useful tips to make sure that you can implement them in the exam in real time. Not only that will save you time, because as you know, in IELTS reading, time is of the essence. So we have to do 40 questions in 1 hour, which gives us 1.5 minutes per question. But with the methods that I'm going to show you, hopefully it will make it much easier for you guys. So let's get into it. Let's start. All right. So we will now get into this just a second. Okay. So here we have the IELTS reading test. We have chosen this test. The first passage, it starts with Andrea Palladio, an Italian architect. There are questions 1 to 13. So we'll quickly just ignore all of this and quickly go to the questions. First of all, you need to read the questions first. Now, the very famous true, false, and not given that a lot of you struggle with, I will be showing you how to attempt them. Let's say, so reading the question is very important. So do the following statements agree with the information given in reading passage 1? True if the statement agrees with the information, false if the statement contradicts the information, not given if there is no information on this. Question number 1. The building where the exhibition is staged has been newly renovated. Now, keeping that in mind, you have to choose a few keywords. Building, alright. Exhibition, very important. Newly renovated. Now, you have to remember these expressions and terms and then go to the passage. Now, we don't need to read everything. Another very important tip about IELTS reading is with true, false, and not given, they are in order. So the first one is above at the top. It doesn't have to be the first ever paragraph, but wherever you find the first one, the second one will be below it, the third one will be below that, the fourth one will be onward and onward. So we should be starting here with A. So we're going to skim through. I'm just going to quickly skim through. We're looking for words like renovation, newly renovated, building. So here, as they are saying, finest buildings, but I haven't found the answer yet. Okay, now the exhibition, another keyword, has a special advantage of being held in one of Palladio's buildings. All right, very interesting. Palladio's design is simple, clear, and not overcrowded. Okay, if we look forward, right, we're just trying to see if it is newly renovated or not. Okay, being held. Okay, make sure rustication decoration set between two of elements. It seems to me that they have not given the information that the building has been newly renovated. So I believe the answer is not given. Now, if you see how quickly that was, I read the first two paragraphs. I found the information about buildings and renovations and exhibitions, but the information about the building being newly renovated was not given. It was neither true nor false. It was not given. So that would be the answer of question number 1. Alright guys, so now look at question number 2. Palazzo Barberini the Porto typically represent the Palladio's design. So we're gonna see if this is a keyword here, very important, because names cannot be changed in IELTS reading, so they do not change the names. They make sure to keep the name same. Of course, they cannot change the name. And here, Palladio's design. So these two, this name and this expression, Palladio's design, is the key words here, are the key terms here. So we're going to look for those. Now, since we read the first two paragraphs already, but we're going to make sure to not miss anything. So we're going to look here for any here. As you can see, Palazzo by Barberini da Porto is here. Okay, we will start reading from here. We'll skim through. Okay, so if you can see here, on the second floor, the pediments are alternately curved or pointed, a Palladian trademark. So the person who designs these, Andrea Palladio, obviously his trademark is Palladian. And if you look at the statement, what does it say? Palazzo Barberini da Porto typically represent the Palladio's design. I would say it's true because Palladian trademark, Palazzo's design, both are similar expressions. They are synonyms to each other. So I would say that this answer is true. Okay, now since we have done this type of questions, you will find the rest here. If you need the link to this this test, please let me know in the comments. I will mention the link for you guys. But if you see the rest, this will be in the C or D and E, and follow along until you finish the questions with question number 6. All right, guys. So let's move forward, and we are going to go to the next one. That is question 8 to 13. Now, very important to read here is choose no more than 3 words from the passage for each answer. Okay, so that's very important. No more than 3 words. First question: what job was Palladio training for before he became an artist? Again, since these questions are in order, we'll have to go to the very top again and see what was he training for before he became an artist. This is more simpler because true false are not given, get complicated, we get confused, but this is plain simple. Make sure to, again, training for job before he became an architect. So remember that in this way and you will have no trouble finding the answer. Let's go. All right. Palladio, we are looking for Palladio's young age to see what was he training for. Let's skim through everything. Right, he was born in Padua, to be precise, 500 years ago. Alright, not here. Let's continue. I also do not think so. It's in B. We'll go for C. Palladio's father was a miller who settled in Vicenza, where the young Andrea was apprenticed to a skilled stonemason. So he was an apprentice, means he was a trainee to become a stonemason in the future. So the answer for this would be, what job was Palladio training for before he became an architect? Job of a stonemason. So you can just write a stonemason. That would be enough for the answer, since we cannot write more than 3 words. Alright guys, now let's look at question number 9. Who arranged Palladio's architectural studies? Now here, architectural studies is a keyword. Palladio obviously is the kid. So we'll go again, and then now we'll try to look below what we already found the answer, where we already found the answer. How did a humble miller's son become well-renowned architect? Okay, the answer is in the exhibition. Is that a young man Palladio excelled at? Okay. Now, what happens if you forget? Oh no. No, in the IELTS section you will have half and half screen, so you can again look at the question very easily without even scrolling like I am doing right now. So who arranged Palladio's architectural studies? Now we need to see and find the answer. Alright, another scholar who organized his education. Gian Giorgio Trissino, I hope I'm not butchering the name. is the person who actually organized his education and taking him to Rome in the 1540s. Make sure to read the rest as well to make sure that the question and answer doesn't change afterwards. And the work of other English artists such as Donato, Bramante, and Raphael. No, that is the answer. So now, since we're done with this, we'll be heading to our next passage to try out different types of questions. Again, ignore the passage first. We'll directly head for the questions. Again, this is similar. Yes, no, not given. It's another form to say true, false, or not given. So I have already taught you how to do this. So we'll skip through. Next are fill in the blanks. Again, very important part of the IELTS reading. A lot of people get confused. But again, very good things about this is that you have the sentence before, the sentence after. You know what words to put after you read the passage. It is not difficult at all. So you have to just keep your eyes open, look for keywords, and they are also in order. So once you find 20, 21 will be after that, 22 after that, following it, and then the rest. So let's look at the question 1. Again, read the question. I can't emphasize on this enough. Choose no more than 2 words from the passage for each answer. Make sure to remember that religiously. Okay, the Earth could become uninhabitable like other planets through a major change in the what? Volcanic eruptions off. Alright, so here if we wanted to, we could target 2 answers, but let's not be greedy. Why would the Earth become uninhabitable, unlivable on the planets? Okay, let's see where to find this answer, where they have talked about the Earth becoming uninhabitable. I guess, again, we should be starting from the very top. We could skim through. Alright, I have not found the answer to this in the first one. They're talking about extinction, but not the answer. Dire means that again, skim through. Don't read everything. We're looking for something about Earth becoming uninhabitable. Entirely in our hands. Our planets in the solar system are quite beyond habitation. That's interesting. Could do the trick. The core of the Earth is hot, which in many ways is not good for. Alright, so our other planets in the solar system beyond habitation because their temperature is far too high, and ours too in principle could tip either way. So here they are talking about Earth becoming uninhabitable. Even relatively unspectacular changes in the atmosphere could do the trick. So since we are skimming through, okay, other planets in the solar system are quite beyond habitation. So in other words, uninhabitable because their temperature is far too high. Okay, and too low to be endured. Okay, in principle, ours too. So here they're talking about Earth. So you have to make sure you look at each word very carefully. What are they talking about? What do they mean by it? In principle, could tip either way. That means it could become uninhabitable. So our temperature could also become too hot or too cold. So that would be the answer here. So the answer is the Earth could become uninhabitable like other planets through a major change in the temperature. Okay, just to make sure, we're also going to do one more. Volcanic eruptions of dash can lead to shortages of what? Okay, again, if we were greedy, we could find 2 answers, but since we are solving for you guys, we're just gonna do one. Volcanic eruptions. Let's see. Oh, we have a big picture of volcanic eruptions. Okay, probably it will be below it. Here we are talking about volcanoes. National Park occupies the caldera. Okay, wait, just to make sure, we will look for other answers here. Among the biggest volcanic eruptions in recent memory. Just to make sure, look at the question one more time. Of dash can lead to shortages of dash in a wide area. I think to complete the sentence, we will have to find both the answers. Okay, that is interesting. Let's keep that in mind. What can volcanic eruptions lead to the shortage of? It can seriously harm food production around the world for the season after. Okay, so here, among the biggest volcanic eruptions in recent memory was Mount St. Helens, which threw a cubic kilometer of ash forged in an area where few people live. Tambora in present-day Indonesia expelled so much ash into the upper atmosphere, that climatic effects seriously harmed food production. So, I guess the shortage answer would be about food. Okay, let's see. Let's make sure. Yet nothing we've experienced so far that volcanoes can really do. Volcanoes, Yellowstone. Well, again, I'm skimming through. If you hear me murmur, that means I am skimming through. Okay, there's a good chance it'll give us another million years, and that surely is enough to be going with. The universe at large is dangerous to, in particular, we share the sky with the vast numbers. Oh no, okay, so the answer is right here. Alright, I guess, so if we are looking at, alright, since we are looking at here, so the volcanoes produce so much ash, if we have read here, so much ash that it caused food shortage. So I believe that would be the answer. Volcanic eruptions of volcanic ash can lead to shortages of food in a wide area. I believe so. That would be the. So the next, what we're going to do is question number 26 and onwards. So this is where we have to choose the correct answer with multiple choice options, A, B, C, or D. What is the writer's purpose in reading passage 2? All right, we're not going to look at the answers. We're going to talk about reading passage 2 here and try to see what does the writer want to say. Alright, so what do they mean here? Reading passage 2. Now don't think it's B. It's basically overall all of this. So the prospects for humanity, all of this is reading passage 2. Okay? So we can skim through everything and then try to find the answer. What is the writer's purpose in reading passage 2? Now we're going to look at, since we have confirmed what is reading passage 2, we're going to look at possible answers. To propose a new theory about the causes of natural disasters, to prove that generally held beliefs about the future are all mistaken, to present a range of opinions currently held by scientists, to argue the need for a general change in behavior. Is he telling us to change our behavior to cause less problems to the environment? Is he saying about a new theory about natural disasters? Is the writer saying that the general held beliefs about the future are mistaken, that we are not doomed, or are we totally doomed? To present a range of opinions, so basically a mixed range of opinions by scientists. So what does the author mean? We're going to look at that. So for this answer, we do have to skim through everything. So this is where you have to be quick. All right. So by Glorious, okay. Here he's talking about in a constant fear for us. Many of his fullest species now seem to be becoming extinct. So here, as you can clearly see, the author is worried about our future. That means that we humans could be in deep trouble. Again, he's again worried within the next few centuries. Again, talking about the future. Our future is not entirely in our hands. Again, the author is worried about the future. Even relatively unspeculative changes in the atmosphere could do the trick. Worried about the future. Okay. If you see, there is a pattern. Yet nothing we have so far experienced shows that volcanoes can really do. And he's saying the Yellowstone could erupt again. Possibility of the future. The universe at large is dangerous too. In particular, we share the sky with vast numbers of asteroids. Again, another possibility for human extinction. On the other hand, the archaeological and the fossil evidence shows that no truly devastating asteroid has struck since the one that seems to have accounted for the extinction of the dinosaurs 65 million years ago. So here he's not so worried because asteroids are nothing to be worried about so much right now. Let's look at the last one. You see how quickly I skim through everything. Given average luck on the geological and the cosmic scale, the difference between glory and disaster will be made and is being made. By politics, certain kinds of political systems, strategies would predispose us to long-term survival and indeed to comfort and security. Okay. Frenetically towards collapse. The broad point is though that we need to look at ourselves, humanity, and at the world in general in a quite new light. Our material problems are fundamentally those of biology. We need to think, and we need our politicians to think biologically, do that, and take the ideas seriously, and we're in with a chance. Ignore biology, and we and our fellow creatures haven't a hope. Okay, so he's saying to focus on biology a lot. Our biology makes us everything. He is giving advice to politicians. Haha. Anyways, alright. Okay, so what is the purpose in reading passage 2? To propose a new theory? He's not proposing any new theory. To prove that generally held beliefs about the future are all mistaken? High possibility this is the answer. To present a range of opinions currently, he did not give a range of opinions. To argue the need for a general change in behavior. Alright, so this is also not true because most of the scientists do predict different kinds of disaster that could happen in the future. So this is not true as well. I would say D is the answer here. To argue the need for a general change in behavior, for humans to make sure that we have a better future and a safer future. So since we solved question 26, now 27 and 28 are similar. You have to again look at, but it's a new passage since 26 was like a whole wrap up of the whole passage. So there they have given a new passage. Again, you will be able to find the answers the same way I did for 26 in these. And now we go to the next one. That is again a different type or different set of questions. Let's read. Complete each sentence with a correct ending, A to F below. Write the correct letter A to F. Okay, so the sentences are not complete. You have to choose the correct ones, obviously based on the passage here and based on the information given in these passages here. Again, very good thing here that there is a lot of information. You have the whole half sentence, then the rest you have to match according to what is given in the passage. So these ones might be in order or not be in order. Here they are based on information. So you have to look for information, what is presented in front of you. Then you have to go in the passage, try to look for what could match the information. So basically we take the 29 half. So we're going to talk about standard units of weight were in use could be based on. So we're going to talk about the assumption. So it's not that they know this information, they just made an assumption about standard units of weight. So let's go to the passage. What could it be based on? We're going to skim through where they are talking about standard units of weight. Okay, it's not in the first one for sure. Okay, not in B for sure as well, because I did not hear anything about weight, any synonyms of weight, nothing about mass, right? It's neither here. Alright, so here at least they have started talking about units, so it seems promising. Okay, we have to read the concept of measurements, both weight and number. Great, have been formulated. Standard measures may already have been in operation, such as those evidenced by a guaranteed series of lead weights, made in this form, is also evidenced by the notation of units of liquid measured for wine on excavated containers. Right. Okay. The intended functions affect the choice of the day. The production technique around the shape and size. For example, large storage would be needed to store commodities. I'm very confused. I have not found yet the answer. I think it is still here where they have talked about units of weight. Standard measures may have already been in operation, such as those evidenced by a graduated series of lead weights made in this form found at the site. Okay, let's see if we found something like that in the answer key. 29, the answer is here. The assumption that standard units of weight were in use could be based on. Containers would have been, okay, discovery of a collection of metal discs, the size and type of sailing ships in use. Sorry about that. The physical characteristics. Alright, so okay, the assumption that standard units of weight were in use could be based on. Again, guys, these problems occur, so we're not sure yet for the answer. We're going to look again. We're going to keep our eyes open. Again, I'm going to look where they talk about measurements. Standard measures may have already been in operation, such as those evidenced by a graduated series of lead weights made in disc form found at the site. The existence of units of capacity in late Bronze Age is also evidenced by the notation of units of the liquid measure. Okay, let's see if they have anything about discs here. Metal discs, that was the way. The assumption that standard units of weight were in use could be based on A, the discovery of collection of metal discs. So they did talk about discs. They found those discs on those sites. So they were different in shapes and sizes. So that's why standard units of measures were present at that time, whatever that time may be in this passage. Let's look at 30. We're going to do one more just to be sure. All right, evidence of the use of standard units of the volume is provided by, okay, volume. Okay, let's see. Most likely I have one answer in my mind, but let's see. The units of liquid measure for wine. The existence of units of capacity in late Rome is also evidenced by the notation of units of a liquid measure for wine on excavated containers. Okay, so we have found two answers very near to each other. So they did talk about also notation of units of a liquid measure for wine. So they had noted they had to make some markings or notes to make sure to count also the liquid. All right, so let's look. 30 evidence of the use of standard units. I would say it is mark found on wine containers. That would be the answer here. Great. So We have done that. The rest of the questions will be easy for you to solve. Again, as I said, if you need the link to this website to solve these full tests, please write comments to me. I will share with you. I hope this video will be very helpful for you. Let's look if we have anything different. Yes, no, not given is just as true, false, not given. And yeah, 39 to 40 is similar to what we did a little while ago with the multiple choice questions. I hope this will be very helpful for you to score a band 8 or a 9. I would say go for a band 9 in IELTS reading. You can easily get it this way of solving the questions. I'm sure this video is the only video that you will need to score high in IELTS reading. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. If this video was helpful for you, share it with someone who is practicing for IELTS and especially struggling with the IELTS reading section. Give it a thumbs up, and your support means everything, and that keeps me going. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of the time, and best of luck for your IELTS exam.
The top 3 tips to score high band 8 or a 9 in IELTS academic reading. Number 1, you have to manage time. IELTS reading is strictly timed, and you have 1 hour to do 40 questions. That means you can't spend more than 1 minute and 30 seconds on one question. Be careful of that. You don't need to read everything. You can skim through, and that will help you save time. Read the questions, read the statements, and try to match the answers depending on what section you're solving. Number 2, know as many synonyms as possible. Improve your vocabulary. Use a thesaurus, aka English to English dictionary. The more synonyms you know, the better for you, and the higher chances you have to score a high band in the IELTS exam, the reading section. Number 3, very important as well, practice with real IELTS tests, real hands-on IELTS tests. Take the help of a tutor to get access to materials, or you can find them anywhere online. Don't try to do extra exercises which are not super helpful and time consuming. Try to practice and try to see the improvement in your IELTS band as you progress and continue to practice. Thank you very much for joining me.
Hello everybody, welcome yet again to IELTS with Teacher Jack. Today we will be learning very crucial synonyms for the word important. I know we use it a lot and it can be redundant. So let's look at the 7 synonyms for the word important. Number 1, crucial. Healthcare is crucial for any working society. Number 2, critical. You can say for any countries or for any country, it is very critical to have a working transportation system. Number 3, essential. Oxygen is essential for any living creature. Number 4, consequential. A little bit of rain is not horrible, but a thunderstorm can be very consequential. Number 5, a very, very interesting one, which is significant. It is significant for children to have the guidance of their parents. Number 6, major. In university, we have a major subject as well as some minor subjects. Number 7, fundamental. It's fundamental for humanity to grow and prosper together. And that's all for today. These were the most significant synonyms of the word important. I hope this video helps you. If you're practicing for the IELTS exam, leave a comment down below if you have any questions. Do like this video, do subscribe and share the channel with anyone who is practicing for the IELTS exam, or in general if you're learning or practicing your English. Thank you very much.
Most IELTS students are making this huge mistake in IELTS writing. And the worst part is, they don't even realize that they're making it. In this video, I'll show you how to avoid it, how to fix it, and never make this mistake again to boost up your score. So stay tuned. The mistake is using commas the wrong way. Yup. That little symbol that you see in writing and you're using either too often or too less is killing your band score. use it too often or too less, and the examiner will think your writing is unclear. Here is a common example that I see all the time. This is not how you should use the comma. And here is the corrected version. And this is how you should be aiming to use the comma. Now you must be thinking, how much band can I lose by just using the comma wrong? Well, 1 or 2 errors, no problem. You can still get above a band 7. But if your commas are everywhere, you lose a band, or the examiner reduces your score by half a band. And that can drop you from a band 7 or above to 6.5 or 6 just because you used the punctuation wrong. How crazy is that? The fix is to use commas only when necessary to separate ideas, like after linking words or in lists. If you're not sure how to use it or where to use it and you don't have enough time to practice, keep the sentences short. Remember, clarity is equal to higher band score. So don't let commas destroy your score. Have you been guilty of this mistake? Leave a comment down below and let's encourage each other to fix our writing with correct use of punctuation. Are you preparing for IELTS and you want a high band score, but you're stuck between reading traps, writing mistakes, and speaking nerves? Well, you're not alone. But the good news is that you don't have to struggle anymore. After 7 years of experience with IELTS, I've created a complete IELTS mastery course. It has things from 500 synonyms required for reading to amazing idioms that help you get a high band score in speaking, proven structures for Writing Task 1, Academic, General, and Writing Task 2 with actual band 9 samples with a range of 6.5 to 9 and why this is a 6.5, why it's a 7, why it's at 8, and how to get to 9. Listening strategies with actual examples, plus topic-based vocabulary banks, grammar fixes, and linking words that examiners love. And here is the actual best part. I'm not saying this out of the blue. My students have actually achieved a band 7, 7.5, and 8, and 8.5, and even a band 9 in reading, listening, speaking, you name it. This course is not just about IELTS. It's about opening doors to opportunities, universities, and careers that are your dream. So if you're actually serious about getting your dream band score, I have attached the course link in the description of this video. Click on it and let's make IELTS your success story. And if you want more grammar and writing strategies, watch my other videos on my channel and hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.
Welcome to today's video. We'll be learning 200 most important words for IELTS 2025. Jubilant, overjoyed. Inferior, lesser. Lure, attract. Calm, quiet. Portion, part. Early, before time. Sufficient, ample. Lenient, lax. Dangerous, perilous. Save, preserve. Fatal, deadly. Wholeheartedly or wholehearted, earnest, earnestly. Kind, considerate. Fatigued, tired. Wild, uncivilized. Difficult, hard. Stationary, fixed. Legible, readable. Huge, vast. Feasible, possible. Win, triumph. Ferocious, fierce. Wonderful, marvelous. Fiction, fantasy. Careful, watchful. Continue, persevere. Precious, cherish. Remote, secluded. Fix, mend. Idle, inactive. Daring, bold. Scarce, scanty. Die, expire, perish. Spontaneous, instinctive. Abandon, desert. Morose, moody. Abundant, ample. Neutral, impartial. Awful, atrocious. Optional, elective. Conflict, oppose. Racket, noise. Dubious, doubtful. Stupid, unintelligent. Deduct, subtract. Serious, grave. Maximum, greatest. Advocate, support. Normal, ordinary. Fill, load. Before, prior. Peculiar, weird. After, following. Oblivious, dazed. Cheap, accomplish. Nice, pleasing. Bottom, base. Perpetual, eternal. Fertile, fruitful. Enemy, opponent. Tout, tense. Tight or stiff. Fat, chubby. Very, tired and fatigued, dreadful, terrible, strict, stringent, conquer, agree, prosperous, successful, fantastic, outrageous, victory, triumph, or win, enjoy, like, tender, delicate, always, forever, obstinate, stubborn, false, incorrect, vibrate, quiver, or tremble, different, distinct, stable, steady, former, previous, humble, modest, follow, succeed, conscious, aware, recreation, amusement, conflict, fight, radiant, luminous, damage, hurt, savage, uncivilized, demolish, destroy, slim, thin, antagonize, embitter, ominous, menacing, determined, sure, special, exceptional, thrive, prosper, hospitable, welcoming, fast, rapid, virtuous, righteous, hostile, antagonistic, busy, active, polite, gracious, militant, combative, delicate, fragile, sick, ailing, seize, stop, convalesce, heed, prejudiced, opinionated, repulsive, hideous, drab, dull, stop, quit, forgive, pardon, minor, lesser, dumb, dense, successful, thriving, considerate, thoughtful, crazy, daft, regular, routine, risky, hazardous, awkward, clumsy, ordinary, average, blend, mix, permanent, enduring, congested, overcrowded, rational, logical, decay, rot, serene, peaceful, glorious, splendid, frenzy, fury, mandatory, required, encourage, urge, tangible, concrete, afraid, scared, obnoxious, abominable, conscientious, scrupulous, raise, destroy, infuriate, enrage, empty, unload, swift, fast, speedy, or hasty, condense, compress, question, interrogate, certain, positive, convenient, handy, premature, early, or hasty, resist, oppose, aid, assist, obsolete, dated, gloomy, dark, dry, arid, or parched, strong, powerful, immature, inexperienced, glad, happy, feasible, feeble, weak, wise, knowing, exquisite, delightful, upset, perturbed or ruffled, face, confront, vacant, unoccupied, mend, repair, chilly, cold, preserve, uphold, condemn, denounce, proud, elated, long, lengthy, dependent, self-reliant, conservative, cautious, cranky, irritable, refute, contradict, reveal, disclose, ban, prohibit, outrageous, shocking, contented, satisfied, reluctant, unwilling, detach, separate, sociable, friendly, contaminate, pollute, relevant, pertinent, beautiful, pretty, patience, tolerance, imperfect, marred, gigantic, immense, misfortune, hardship, brave, heroic, persuade, convince, impetuous, impulsive, maneuver, manipulate, complex, complicated, prevent, prohibit, consecutive, successive, cozy, comfortable, reduce, decrease, retaliate, avenge, last, final, give, donate, mobile, movable, listless, lethargic, defend, protect, shrewd, cunning, compress, crush. Prominent, eminent, gratitude, thankfulness. Moderate, temperate. Thank you very much for joining me.
Struggling with IELTS writing? Well, most students lose easy marks not because their ideas are bad, but they keep making the same mistakes over and over again. In this video, we'll cover top 5 mistakes that you should absolutely avoid in IELTS writing to get a band 7 or higher. Stick till the end of the video because mistake number 5 is a silent killer that makes you lose bands. Welcome to IELTS with Teacher Jack, guys. Let's talk about mistake number 1 in writing. Not understanding the task properly can obviously make you lose bands. If you are writing very well, if your English is super good, on point, and yet you did not follow the question prompt, you are obviously going to lose points and you will not be scored completely. Many students write beautiful essays, but if it's off topic, then obviously it does not make any difference. You will not be scored properly for writing off topic. So avoid it at all costs. Stick to the question, read the question properly and understand it totally before writing any word whatsoever. Mistake number 2, writing without clear paragraphs. IELTS examiners want to see structure. Introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion. Without clear topic sentences, your essay looks messy, even if your English is good. So, solution is to start each paragraph with a topic sentence, then explain with examples. Mistake number 3, overusing complex words. Trying too hard with vocabulary. Some students think using big words like plethora or ameliorate or multifarious will impress the examiners. But if you use them incorrectly, it lowers your score. Instead, use clear and natural English. Accuracy is more important than complexity. Mistake number 4, long and confusing sentences. I really absolutely hate this as well. While checking some essays of my students, they have made huge sentences with a lot of commas everywhere. An examiner prefers clear sentences even if they are shorter. So remember, clarity is equal to higher band score. Mix short and medium length sentences. Don't go overboard with the length of a sentence. And finally, the silent killer. Not checking your work. Check for spelling, missing words, subject verb, agreement, and silly mistakes. Even a small error can cost you points. Always proofread your essays. A bonus tip to save time. Everybody thinks that when the timer starts, you should directly get into the writing. No. Take 1 or 2 minutes to structure your essays or writing task 1 in your head and see what you will write first, second, third, and fourth. Understand the question properly and then only start writing. This will not only save time, you will have ideas to write about, and in the end, you will have time left to proofread as well. So those are the top 5 writing mistakes you must avoid if you want to get a band 7 or higher. Comment down below which one are you guilty of most commonly. If this video helps you, then give it a like, subscribe, and watch out for my next video that I'll make on writing and how to structure your essay for a band 7.5 or higher. That's it for today's video, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me and staying till the end. Until we meet again. Most IELTS students use sentences that instantly lower their score. And the worst part is, you think they sound good. In this video, I'll show you 10 sentences that examiners absolutely hate. Sentence 1. In modern society, everything is changing rapidly. Why it's bad. Empty introduction, zero meaning. Fix. Technology has changed how people work and communicate. Specific, clear, immediate. Sentence number 2. This essay will discuss both sides of the argument. Why it's bad. Formulaic. Examiners have seen it thousands of times. People disagree on whether schools should reduce exams or increase them. Directly introduces the topic. Sentence number 3. There are many reasons for this. Why it's bad. Vague. Shows weak development. Fix. This happens mainly because students have limited time and poor study habits. Clear reasons equals higher score for task response. Are you preparing for IELTS and you want a high band score, but you're stuck between reading traps, writing mistakes, and speaking nerves? Well, you're not alone. But the good news is that you don't have to struggle anymore. After 7 years of experience with IELTS, I've created a complete IELTS mastery course. It has things from 500 synonyms required for reading to amazing idioms that help you get a high band score in speaking, proven structures for Writing Task 1, Academic, General, and Writing Task 2 with actual band 9 samples with a range of 6.5 to 9 and why this is a 6.5, why it's a 7, why it's at 8, and how to get to 9. Listening strategies with actual examples, plus topic-based vocabulary banks, grammar fixes, and linking words that examiners love. And here is the actual best part. I'm not saying this out of the blue. My students have actually achieved a band 7, 7.5, an 8, an 8.5, and even a band 9 in reading, listening, speaking, you name it. This course is not just about IELTS. It's about opening doors to opportunities, universities, and careers that are your dream. So if you're actually serious about getting your dream band score, I have attached the course link in the description of this video. Click on it and let's make IELTS your success story.
Sentence 4. On the other hand, when you use it in every paragraph, it kind of becomes redundant and lowers your score. Why it's bad? Mechanical linking, band 6 cohesion. Fix. Use natural transitions like however, in contrast. Another point is sentence 5. It cannot be denied that. Why it's bad? Overused, memorize. Fix. Just state the idea confidently like this. Many young people rely heavily on social media for information. Sentence number 6. As we all know. Why it's bad? Assumes knowledge, incorrect academic style. The fix? Research shows that, or studies indicate that. Stronger, academic, examiner friendly. Sentence 7. Nowadays, people have different opinions about this topic. Why it's bad? Generic, waste of space. Fix. Some people support strict traffic laws, while others prefer more personal freedom. Sentence number 8. In conclusion, I agree with the statement. Why it's bad? Too short, too weak. Fix. In conclusion, increasing public transport investment would reduce traffic and pollution. Sentence number 9. From my point of view, I strongly believe. Why it's bad? Redundant, too long. Fix. I believe or I agree that. Keep it clean, direct, and academic. Sentence number 10. This is a very serious problem that needs immediate action. Why it's bad? Emotional language, not academic. Fix. This issue affects millions of people and requires practical solutions. Objective, measurable, examiner approved. So, that was all 10. Remove these 10 sentences and your writing instantly becomes clearer, more academic, and more original, which is exactly what band 7 and band 8 or even 9 essays always have. Comment down below which of these sentences were you overusing, and I will reply with a personal tip just for you. Give a like to this video, subscribe to the channel. I'll keep coming back with useful tips to boost your IELTS score. Thank you very much. See you in the next one. Most students lose bands in IELTS speaking not because their English is bad, but because of these avoidable mistakes. If you're stuck at a band 6 or 6.5, watch today's video and get your score more than 7, 7.5 or even higher. Watch the video till the end because there's a mistake that you can avoid to get a very high band score. This mistake kills your band. Everybody, welcome back to IELTS with Teacher Jack. Let's get into the video. Mistake number 1. Memorize answers. Examiners have years of experience. They can spot memorized answers in a heartbeat. So if you don't sound natural or fluent, you are going to lose a lot of bands. Try to practice different topics and answer them in different ways to score higher. Mistake number 2, short and closed answers. If examiner asks you, do you like music? And you say, well, yes, I do. I listen to music once or twice a week. This is okay, but it's not the best answer possible. Instead, try saying, yes, I like music, specifically pop, and my favorite artist is XYZ. I listen to them every day. Make sure to extend your answer and give a reason and an example.
Are you preparing for IELTS and you want a high band score, but you're stuck between reading traps, writing mistakes, and speaking nerves? Well, you're not alone. But the good news is that you don't have to struggle anymore. After 7 years of experience with IELTS, I've created a complete IELTS mastery course. It has things from 500 synonyms required for reading to amazing idioms that help you get a high band score in speaking, proven structures for Writing Task 1, Academic, General, and Writing Task 2 with actual band 9 samples with a range of 6.5 to 9, and why this is a 6.5, why it's a 7, why it's at 8, and how to get to 9. Listening strategies with actual examples, plus topic-based vocabulary banks, grammar fixes, and linking words that examiners love. And here is the actual best part. I'm not saying this out of the blue. My students have actually achieved a band 7, 7.5, an 8, an 8.5, and even a band 9 in reading, listening, speaking, you name it. This course is not just about IELTS. It's about opening doors to opportunities, universities, and careers that are your dream. So if you're actually serious about getting your dream band score, I have attached the course link in the description of this video. Click on it, and let's make IELTS your success story.
Now, this is the biggest mistake that students make. Number 3, focusing too much on grammar. When you are too diverted in your head and trying to make your grammar as perfect as possible, as a result, it affects your fluency and your natural tone of speaking. IELTS rewards communication, not perfection. It's better to speak smoothly with a few errors than to pause after every sentence. Mistake number 4, speaking too fast or in a low volume. Many students speak too fast to show that they are highly fluent, or their volume is too low because they are nervous. The examiner needs to hear every word clearly to properly score you. Speak at a steady pace and sound natural, just like you would in your native language. This shows confidence. Mistake number 5, and this is also super important, intonation and pronunciation. If you ignore it, you are going to lose a lot of bands. If your pronunciation is flat, even with good vocabulary, grammar, it's not going to make a difference. If the examiner can't understand your pronunciation or you are mispronouncing words, you're going to be rated on that, and it is one of the most important things in IELTS speaking. Use natural intonation, rise and fall in your tone to show emotions and confidence, just like you would, as I said, in your native language. This directly improves your pronunciation score, and as a result, your overall band score in IELTS speaking. For example, don't do this. I like music, and my favorite genre is pop, and my favorite artist is XYZ. I listen to them once every day. Instead, say, yes, I really like music, and my favorite genre is pop, my favorite artist is XYZ. I listen to them once or twice a day. And here's a bonus hack to boost your IELTS speaking score. The 3S rule. Speak, support, and stop. Answer directly, add a reason or example. Don't overtalk or repeat yourself. This gives you complete and natural answers every time. So stop making these mistakes and start speaking naturally. Comment down below which of these mistakes have you been guilty of, and I'll answer with a specific tip just for you. And don't forget to subscribe, like, or share this video with someone who is preparing for the IELTS exam. I appreciate your support, and I'll keep coming back with super helpful tips so that you can achieve your dream IELTS band score. Thank you very much, and see you in the next one.
Welcome to the IELTS test. Can you tell me your name, please?
Yes, my name is Isabella.
All right, Isabella. Okay, so this is the IELTS speaking test. We will have 3 parts in it. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, great. Can you tell me where was the last place you visited on holiday?
Yes, let me think. The last place I visited during holidays, it was a place called Maragogi. It was in the northeast of Brazil. And it's a place very beautiful. They call it the Brazilian Caribbean. So you can imagine how it is. I stayed there for about 2 weeks, and I went with 2 friends, and it was great, honestly. It's a small city, but with lots of nature. It's like paradise. So.
Hey, would you like to go back there again?
To be honest, maybe not exactly there, because in the Northeast they have so many beautiful places. So maybe I'd prefer to go to another place in the Northeast. Like they have a place called Chapada Diamantina, which is a place that is kind of in the rural part of the Northeast, and it's full of waterfalls, which I also love, so I would probably go there.
What kind of tourist destinations do you usually prefer?
Good question. I tend to not like very touristic destinations, usually because they are crowded and also kind of mainstream. I like to find the hidden gems, the places that the locals go. But usually in general, I like to go to nature places. So as I said, I love waterfalls. So I love hiking, walking in parks, and so on.
Very well. Has a foreign visitor ever stayed at your home? Yes.
An Argentinian friend came over for, I think it was like 3-4 days or something like that. He was traveling around Brazil, and then he told me like, hey, I'm passing by São Paulo, and I was like, yeah, sure, you can come by my place and stay. So yeah.
What would you say is the best way to save money while traveling?
How to save money? Usually hostels, sharing rooms. I know it sounds not like a good idea, but it can be pretty nice actually. Like you can meet people, which can be fun, and of course it's very cheap. Also, something else that I do, maybe it's not the healthiest thing to do, but I try to, for instance, have a really good meal once a day. So like my lunch will be really good, and then dinner, it might be just a snack or sandwich or something that less expensive. So that could work too, and also plan in advance.
Perfect. Okay, now Isabella will be moving on to the speaking part 2.
Okay.
I will be giving you a topic card. You will have 1 minute to prepare. You have your note and the pen, and then you'll have to speak for it for about 2 minutes.
Okay, so I think I would say that the important decision that I have made very recently was a decision to move to Germany. Why I made this decision, there are a few factors here. The first thing is that I've always wanted to live abroad. That was for sure one thing. I've thought about Canada and Australia. Canada, I kind of gave up on that because it's too cold. The weather there is simply not good, at least for me. And then Australia, I thought about it because weather is closer to the weather we have in Brazil, but then I thought it was too far away. Then that left me with Europe, and then I really wanted to go to France. Actually, I really wanted to go there to study, but then I was looking for a new job because I was kind of tired of mine, and then I found this job position in Germany within my own company actually, and it was in a team that I'm really close to actually. So all the members of this team, I was already familiar with them. So I applied to that job and I passed. So and then I thought about, okay, should I go to this job even though it's in Germany? I want to go to France, but then I thought, okay, actually, this is a good idea because it's a stable job. It's not a temporary contract. It's a good salary. Germany, it's a good place, and also, I would say that if I want to go to France, it's easier for me to go from Germany than from Brazil. So.
That's all right. Great. When making important decisions, do you think it's very important to involve other people?
I think it depends on the decision you're making. Like in my case, I'm not married, I don't have any children, so for me it was very easy to take that decision because it only concerns to me. But if I were married or if I had kids or something like that, then of course I would need to consider their opinion. So I guess it really depends on, if you have people that depend on you, basically. If you do have people that depend on you, then yeah, you need, to talk to them. But other than that, no. You can always talk to your friends to ask their opinion, but at the end of the day, it's your call.
All right. A lot of people overthink before making any decision, whether it be small or big. Do you think that's the right way?
No. And I say that as an overthinker. Because as an overthinker, you will always imagine all possible scenarios. And I think something that I try to think that I saw in an article is that 90% of the worst things you imagine turn out to not happen, turn out to not be real. So I think the more you overthink, the more fear you feel, and then you tend to hesitate, and it might be worse for you. So I think you need to be rational and weigh all your options and possible consequences, but don't overthink it.
What do you think about regret and guilt after making a decision that may have changed your life for the worse?
Well, I personally have a philosophy that I don't regret things, kinda, or at least I try to not regret things. I would say most things of my life I do not regret, and it's because I think everything, it's an experience that will help you grow, and if you pass through that experience, then it means that you needed to pass through that, So, and also I prefer to experience something than to live with the regret of not doing it. So I even thought, okay, if I decline this job position in Germany, I will always wonder how it would be if I had gone to Germany. So yeah.
What would be some advice you would give to your younger self?
Let me think. I think I would say trust in yourself. I think just trust the process, trust yourself.
Well, that would be the conclusion of our IELTS speaking test. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you.
Welcome to the IELTS test. This will be our speaking part 1. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Can you tell me how often do you go to the cinema?
I don't go to the cinema, so I prefer watching films and movies at home, so I go there rarely.
All right. Can you tell me watching movies or going to the cinema is a good hobby?
Well, in my opinion, it is quite good hobby, because you can watch something new, you can explore new things, and yeah, you can expand your knowledge, so I think it's good.
Is there a specific genre that you prefer in movies?
My favorite genres are criminal and detective. Yeah, probably these two. Yeah, these two.
All right, very well. Do you think while watching movies, having snacks is a common thing among your friends or peers?
Yes, it is very often think, like my friends and my family do it just always when they watch something. So it's really a frequent thing among my acquaintances. So yes.
Okay, Mia, we'll be heading to the speaking part 2 now. I'll be giving you a topic card. You'll have 1 minute to prepare and then 2 minutes to answer.
So a website that I use a lot these days is like a platform where I study. So it's really useful because I have everything in there, like tests and lectures and notebooks and my just some words that I want to notice, and so I use it just every day and every hour, I would say. So I found it like I have courses, and these courses provide this platform where I can learn everything, and I use it. So these courses gave me just this website, and yeah, that's how I found it. And I find it really useful because I literally have everything in one place, and it's really convenient for me that I can find everything in there. That's all, I guess.
All right. So nowadays there have been new websites that have come into play. Every day there are new websites being created, but only a few of them get famous. Why do you think such is the case?
Well, I think it can be because like some websites can have maybe like provoke things uh, in their headlines, so people can search for it more and more, so it gets more famous among people. So yeah, I think this is the case. Why?
All right, very well. Entertainment websites are probably the most popular ones. Do you think still people use a lot of entertainment websites, or news websites have taken over?
I believe that entertainment is more popular thing among our society. So I no, I don't think that news are just beyond this topic of entertainment. So yeah.
Do you think owning a website could be a profitable business?
Yes, I think so, because if you have a really famous website, and a lot of people know about this platform, then you can earn really just a lot amount of funds. So I think it can be really successful for people. Yeah.
All right. Well, that would be the end of our IELTS speaking test. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you too.
Well, welcome to the IELTS test. This will be a 3 parts test. Are you ready?
Ready, definitely.
Can you tell me, are you a student or do you work?
So currently I'm actually working. I have 2 jobs. One is part-time, another also is a part-time job, but I want to study in the future. So right now I'm also applying to different universities.
Great. Can you tell me how important is the internet for you?
As for me, the internet is really crucial because I use it in a daily life. I use it almost each hour. For instance, I communicate with my friends via internet. I work because of the internet. I have a lot of different job tasks that I need to do using the network. In this case, I can say that it's really important for me.
How much time do you think you spend on the internet in a day?
I'm not really sure about the exact number of hours, I would say, but sometimes it can be more than maybe 6 hours per day because I work online. Also, I communicate with a lot of my friends online. So I think the amount of hours can be really huge.
Right? What are the negatives of the internet?
The negatives of the internet, I think it's a good question. First of all, that sometimes we forget the reality when we use the internet. We forget that there are friends also outside of our online communication, I would say. So sometimes you really need to force yourself to go out, talk to people, and so on. Another negative is that people are really getting used to be online. So, as I said, they prefer online communication, and not online communication, but online life more than real life in general. It's also very much connected with the corona, when we were locked inside of our houses, and we needed to communicate only online. So I think it still has a very negative impact on our lives.
Okay. Do you think the internet will change in the future?
Yes, we can see right now a lot of changes. For instance, how IE is changing the life of people. For instance, there are a lot of discussions right now that we will not need certain professions because artificial intelligence can just substitute that. In my opinion, it is a good and bad thing. Because of course it can be a great tool at work or other areas of your life, but it's also, for instance, if we talk about the jobs, people gonna lose their jobs. So in this case, it's gonna change the life of everyone.
All right. Next, we'll be heading to the IELTS Speaking Part 2. I'll give you a topic card. You'll have 1 minute to prepare and then 2 minutes to speak.
So I'm ready. The person that had a great influence on me is my mom. So she's a part of my family. I definitely know her from my childhood. I think she influenced me a lot in my life a lot, because she's my biggest support and the friend at the same time. Not only parent, like my mom, but also a friend. She learned, and I think because of her, I learned a lot of things. So she taught me to be kind towards other people, because she's that kind of personality that is, I think, kind to everyone, to the people around, to the animals around. For instance, we have a lot of homeless dogs and cats in our hometown. So from my childhood, I remember how my mom was bringing food to them. Or for instance, how together we were trying to save the pigeons. To be honest, it's a very funny story, but we're not gonna go deep inside of that story. I also think that she's a very hardworking person, and that's a quality I also think I have because of her. She showed me that you should be really passionate about your job, what you're doing. Also, I think my mom, she's a very ambitious person, in the sense that, as I said, of the career. She also taught me that I mean, my brother and I, we should pursue our goals whenever what, and also we should believe in ourselves. Another quality that I think that she showed was patriotism, I would say. So she taught me how to love our country, taught me what we have, also that we need to remember about our roots.
That'll
In
be
this
over
sense,
2 minutes. Thank you.
yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
A lot of people nowadays have influencers as their idols. What do you think about that?
I think that yes, that's true that our modern world is built in that sense that we need someone we need to follow someone's ideas. Sometimes someone should be our inspiration. I think it can have some pros and cons in general. First of all, if it's the person that really inspiring and showing a good variety of different qualities, then why not? Of course, it's a good idea to follow her or his ideas. But if it's someone who has a negative impact, for instance, someone who shows the violence, and then after that other people follow that, of course it has another side of that.
Do you think it's better to have a sports athlete as an idol or a politician?
Could you just repeat again the first part? I'm not sure if I got it correct.
Do you think it's better to have a sports athlete as an idol or a politician?
It's, I think it depends on your interest very much. I would say for me it would be a politician because I'm interested in the political topics. But for someone who is interested in sports, of course, they will be inspired by really great sport athletes. But for me, personally, it's not very inspiring. So it depends on your background.
If you had some influence over a group of people, how would you use it?
So if I would have someone who I inspire, I think I would, I don't know if I can say I can use people, but in that sense, I think I would use our power that we are together, in that sense that we can work on the common idea. I think I have that experience because right now I'm coordinating different projects where a lot of volunteers participate. In this sense, I think I should be the inspiration for them to work together to accomplish something in the project, the aim of the project. So in this sense, they should see in me that okay, they support, they also can find answers from me and so on. In that sense, I think.
That will be end of our IELTS speaking test. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you so much.
Hello everybody, welcome to IELTS with Teacher Jack. Today we'll be doing pronunciation practice with a method called the follow-up method. Basically, I will pronounce words from a reading article and you can follow behind me to correct minor incursions that you might have in your pronunciation, and as a result you might be able to get a better IELTS score. So let's get right into it. Here we have a reading article. So in the 1950s, Central American commercial banana growers were facing the death of their most lucrative product, the Gros Michel banana, known as Big Mike. And now it's happening again to Big Mike's successor, the Cavendish. With its easily transported, thick-skinned and sweet-tasting fruit, the Gros Michel banana plant dominated the plantations of Central America. United Fruit, the main grower and exporter in South America at the time, mass-produced its bananas in the most efficient way possible. It cloned shoots from the stem of plants instead of growing plants from seeds, and cultivated them in densely packed fields. Unfortunately, these conditions are also perfect for the spread of the fungus Fusarium oxysporum, Oxysporum FSP cubens, which attacks the plant's roots and prevents it from transporting water to the stem and leaves. The TR1 strain of the fungus was resistant to crop sprays and traveled around on boots or the tires of trucks, slowly infecting plantations across the region. In an attempt to escape the fungus, farmers abandoned infected fields, flooded them, and then replanted crops somewhere else, often cutting down rainforest to do so. Their efforts failed, so instead they searched for a variety of banana that the fungus didn't affect. They found the Cavendish, as it was called, in the greenhouse of a British duke. It wasn't as well suited to shipping as the Gros Michel, but its bananas tasted good enough to keep consumers happy. Most importantly, TR1 didn't seem to affect it. In a few years, United Fruit had saved itself from bankruptcy. Everybody, you can repeat and focus on this word, bankruptcy, by filling its plantations with thousands of the new plants, copying the same monoculture growing conditions Gros Michel had thrived in. And with this name, this could be Gros Michel or Gros Michel. It depends on the origin or how the person likes it to be pronounced. While the operation was a huge success for the Latin American industry, the Cavendish banana itself is far from safe. In 2014, Southeast Asia, another major banana producer, exported 4 million tons of Cavendish bananas. But in 2015, its exports had dropped by 46%, thanks to a combination of another strain of the fungus, TR4, and bad weather. Growing practices in Southeast Asia haven't helped matters. Growers can't always afford the expensive lab-based methods to clone plants from shoots without spreading the disease. Also, they often aren't strict enough about cleaning farm equipment and quarantining infected fields. As a result, the fungus has spread to Australia, the Middle East, and Mozambique, and Latin America. Heavily dependent on its monoculture Cavendish crops could easily be next. Now focus on the intonation here. I made a mistake. Since there is a dash here, there's a hyphen here. We need to say, and Latin America, heavily dependent on its monoculture Cavendish crops could easily be next. Racing against the inevitable, scientists are working on solving the problem by genetically modifying the Cavendish with genes from TR4 resistant banana species. Researchers at the Queensland University of Technology have successfully grown 2 kinds of modified plants which have remained resistant for 3 years so far. But some experts think this is just a sophisticated version of the same temporary solution the original Cavendish provided. If the new bananas are planted in the same monocultures as the Cavendish and the Gros Michel before it, the risk is that another strain of the disease may rise up to threaten the modified plants too. And that's all for today, everybody. I hope you liked the pronunciation practice. You can listen to this video as many times as you need. Practice with the video. Pause the video to clear out your pronunciation errors. And then, as I said at the start, potentially gaining a higher band score in your IELTS. Thank you very much. See you in the next one.
Hello everyone, welcome back to IELTS with Teacher Jack. Today, I'll be sharing with you 50 IELTS Speaking Part 1 questions in 2025. Without any BS, let's head forward. Topic number 1, work and study. Do you work or are you a student?
What subject are you studying? Why did you choose that field? Do you enjoy your work? Studies. What's the most challenging part of your work and studies? Topic number 2, hometown. Where is your hometown? What do you like about it? Has your hometown changed recently? What is something your hometown is famous for? Would you like to live there in the future? Daily routine. What is your daily routine like? Do you prefer mornings or evenings? Has your routine changed recently? What part of your day do you enjoy the most? Do you plan your day in advance? Topic number 4. How often do you use your phone? What apps do you use the most? Are you good at using technology? How has technology changed your life? Do you think people use phones too much? Next topic, food. What is your favorite food? Do you like cooking? What is a dish people in your country often eat? How often do you eat out? Do you prefer homemade food or restaurant food? Are you preparing for IELTS and you want a high band score, but you're stuck between reading traps, writing mistakes, and speaking nerves? Well, you're not alone. But the good news is that you don't have to struggle anymore. After 7 years of experience with IELTS, I've created a complete IELTS mastery course. It has things from 500 synonyms required for reading to amazing idioms that help you get a high band score in speaking, proven structures for Writing Task 1, Academic, General, and Writing Task 2 with actual band 9 samples with a range of 6.5 to 9 and why this is a 6.5, why it's a 7, why it's an 8, and how to get to 9. Listening strategies with actual examples, plus topic-based vocabulary banks, grammar fixes, and linking words that examiners love. And here is the actual best part. I'm not saying this out of the blue. My students have actually achieved a band 7, 7.5, an 8, an 8.5, and even a band 9 in reading, listening, speaking, you name it. This course is not just about IELTS. It's about opening doors to opportunities, universities, and careers that are your dream. So if you're actually serious about getting your dream band score, I have attached the course link in the description of this video. Click on it and let's make IELTS your success story. Topic number 6, travel. Do you enjoy traveling? What places would you like to visit in the future? What was your last trip like? Do you prefer traveling alone or with others? What is the most popular place for tourists in your country? Topic number 7, free time. What do you usually do in your free time? Do you prefer indoor or outdoor activities? What hobby would you like to learn in the future? Do you spend your free time with friends or alone? How often do you have free time? Topic number 8. What's the weather like in your country? What kind of weather do you like? Do you think climate change is affecting your country's weather? Does the weather affect your mood? What do people usually do in your country in the summer? Topic number 9, reading. Do you enjoy reading? What type of books do you read? When do you usually read? Did you read a lot as a child? Do you prefer paper books or ebooks? Topic number 10, habits. Personal habits. Are you an organized person? Do you often make plans? Are you good at managing time? What habit are you trying to improve? Do you usually complete tasks on time? These were 50 questions for IELTS Speaking Part 1 in 2025. If you're looking for ideal answers that get you band 7+, 7.5, 8, or even above, check the description. I have put all answers to all the questions in the description. While watching this video, also learn the answers. Thank you very much. Subscribe to the channel if you found this video helpful. Like the video, and I'll keep coming back with more IELTS helpful tips to get you your desired IELTS score. Thank you very much. Want band 7+ in IELTS speaking? Stop doing what everyone tells you. Here are 5 little known tricks that actually change how examiners hear you. Apply these today. With these tricks, you don't have to add fancy words. It just changes the way you speak. Hack number 1, the microstructure. Answers are too short or scattered. Trick. Use a 3-part microstructure for every answer. Direct answer, 1 short sentence, 1 reason, 1 short example or detail. Why it works. Gives clarity, development, and control. All scored in fluency and coherence and task response. Example. Do you like cooking? Answer: yes, I enjoy cooking because it relaxes me. For example, I often make simple meals after work to unwind. Hack number 2, the extend then pause method. Problem: students either stop too soon or ramble. Trick: speak one extended idea, then pause for 1 second before adding another. How to practice? Time yourself. Speak 10 to 15 seconds, pause 1 second, then add detail. Why it works? Natural pacing, fewer fillers, better fluency score. Hack number 3, the paraphrase shield. Problem: overused phrases and memorized answers sound fake. Learn 3 paraphrase patterns for common question stems. For each question type, prepare 1 short template and swap out vocabulary. For example, I prefer this because I'm more inclined toward this since I enjoy reading novels. I tend to read fiction, especially contemporary novels. Same, but different. Why it works? Shows lexical resource without sounding memorized. Are you preparing for IELTS and you want a high band score, but you're stuck between reading traps, writing mistakes, and speaking nerves? Well, you're not alone. But the good news is that you don't have to struggle anymore. After 7 years of experience with IELTS, I've created a complete IELTS mastery course. It has things from 500 synonyms required for reading to amazing idioms that help you get a high band score in speaking, proven structures for Writing Task 1, Academic, General, and Writing Task 2 with actual band 9 samples with a range of 6.5 to 9 and why this is a 6.5, why it's a 7, why it's an 8, and how to get to 9. Listening strategies with actual examples, plus topic-based vocabulary banks, grammar fixes, and linking words that examiners love. And here is the actual best part. I'm not saying this out of the blue. My students have actually achieved a band 7, 7.5, an 8, an 8.5, and even a band 9 in reading, listening, speaking, you name it. This course is not just about IELTS. It's about opening doors to opportunities, universities, and careers that are your dream. So if you're actually serious about getting your dream band score, I have attached the course link in the description of this video. Click on it and let's make IELTS your success story. Hack number 4, the mini story technique. Problem: lack of memorable detail or poor coherence. Trick: turn one supporting sentence into a 2 to 3 line mini story. Situation, action, result. Keep it short. Example: last year I missed a bus, so I took a bicycle and arrived early. It taught me to plan travel times better. Why it works? Shows cohesion, narrative control, and natural intonation. Hack number 5, the pronunciation spotlight. Problem: monotone speech or unclear pronunciation reduces score. Trick: pick one target sound or one intonation pattern per session. For example, sentence stress or rising intonation for questions. Do 5 focused repetitions, then speak a short answer. Why it works? Improves intelligibility quickly and boosts pronunciation marks without long drills. Quick recap: microstructure, extend and pause, paraphrase shield, mini story, pronunciation spotlight. Which hack will you try first? Comment now and I'll give you a personalized example. If you want full practice drills for each hack, subscribe and I'll upload a 5-part series. If this video helps you, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back with more helpful tips to help you get your IELTS score higher. See you in the next one.
Hello everyone, welcome to IELTS with Teacher Jack. Today we'll be practicing 50 homophones in English. Homophones are the words which have the same sound but different meaning, and a lot of the times different spellings. So let's get started. Allowed, allowed. 8, 8. Air, air. Board, board. Buy, buy. Break, break. Sell, sell. Chili, chili. Dear, dear. Do, do. I. Flower, flower. Or, great, great. Here, here. Whole, whole. Our, him, him. It's, It's, no, night, leak, sack, mall, marry, meet, one, plane, peace, right, red, real, sight, cereal, dough, steal, sail, stare, sweet, see, tail, fair, two, time, wane, wait, where, week, ways, weather. Thank you very much. I hope this video helped you. If it did, kindly subscribe, like the video, and share with someone who is learning English or is practicing for the IELTS exam. Take care. Have a great rest of the time. Here are 30 extremely important words and their synonyms for IELTS and learning English. Abundant, plenty. Accurate, correct. Advantage, benefit. Complicated, difficult. Consequences, results. Considerable, large. Crucial, very important. Decline, decrease. Demonstrate, show. Display, illustrate. Distribute, give out. Diverse, different. Emphasize, highlight. Enhance, improve. Essential, necessary. Evaluate, judge. Excessive, too much. Fluctuate, change. Fundamental, basic. Inevitable, unavoidable. Innovative, new. Justify, explain. Maintain, keep. Obtain, get. Predict, guess. Profound, deep. Relevant, related. Significant, important. Substantial, big. Transform, change. That's all. Thank you very much for joining me.
Many students stay stuck at a band 6.5 for months and months. They keep practicing, but they never improve. If you're one of them, then this video will show you exactly how to fix that step by step and break through to that band 7 or even higher. Welcome back to IELTS with Teacher Jack. Let's get into the video. Let's be honest, band 6.5 is not bad English. It means you communicate well, but you make small errors here and there, which reduces clarity and produces inconsistency. To move higher, you need to fix these errors and fix the patterns that keep you at the same level. Mistake number 1, lack of depth. Students who get a 6.5 in IELTS, they answer well, but their answers lack depth. For example, in writing and speaking, they respond, but they don't develop ideas. For example, if the answer is, do you like reading? Yes, I like reading is not a good enough answer. It will land you at a band 6, 6.5, or maybe lower. A band 7 or above answer adds more depth, adds another layer with an example, opinion, and reasoning. That depth shows control of ideas. So how to answer this question? Do you like reading? Well, first of all, I would like to say that I have not read for the past 2 years, but I have been thinking about getting back into reading, and the first book that I think I'll be reading is Atomic Habits. Now you see, I gave my true story, I gave my opinion, and then I gave an example of a real life book that I know of. That's the right way to answer the question. Mistake number 2, inconsistent grammar accuracy. So if you're not using grammar properly and making mistakes, it's not going to add up to your score. Band 6.5 grammar isn't horrible,
it's inconsistent. You might use complex grammar structures once, but you won't be able to do it repeatedly. Band 7 means consistent control, even with minor errors. So when using perfect tenses, past perfect, present perfect, make sure you're not making mistakes and follow all the rules. Are you preparing for IELTS and you want a high band score, but you're stuck between reading traps, writing mistakes, and speaking nerves? Well, you're not alone. But the good news is that you don't have to struggle anymore. After 7 years of experience with IELTS, I've created a complete IELTS mastery course. It has things from 500 synonyms required for reading to amazing idioms that help you get a high band score in speaking, proven structures for Writing Task 1, Academic, General, and Writing Task 2 with actual Band 9 samples with a range of 6.5 to 9 and why this is a 6.5, why it's a 7, why it's an 8, and how to get to 9. Listening strategies with actual examples, plus topic-based vocabulary banks, grammar fixes, and linking words that examiners love. And here is the actual best part. I'm not saying this out of the blue. My students have actually achieved a Band 7, 7.5, an 8, an 8.5, and even a Band 9 in reading, listening, speaking, you name it. This course is not just about IELTS. It's about opening doors to opportunities, universities, and careers that are your dream. So if you're actually serious about getting your dream band score, I have attached the course link in the description of this video. Click on it and let's make IELTS your success story.
Mistake number 3, weak cohesion. In writing, many 6.5 band students use linking words like firstly or in conclusion, but they do not connect them naturally. Band 7 essays flow. They use the phrases like this means that, as a result, this example displays. It's not at all about memorizing connectors. It's about making your argument easy to follow. Mistake number 4, reading and listening focused on accuracy only. Band 6.5 readers and listeners focus only on accuracy but not getting all the answers within the time. IELTS rewards speed with accuracy. If you spend too long confirming one answer, you lose time for the rest. Train for speed under pressure. That's how Band 7 plus performers stay consistent. So how to move from Band 6.5 to 7 or higher? You don't need more materials. You need smarter practice. Record your speaking and notice patterns of hesitation. Rewrite your writing answers and find sentences that are underdeveloped and work on them. Practice under real timing, not in your comfort. Small and consistent corrections will push you over Band 7, not more content. So if you've been stuck at Band 6.5 in IELTS for a while, stop repeating the same routine. Build these powerful habits and correct these small errors, and you will finally see your score jump. Comment down below which skill are you struggling with the most, and I will answer with a personalized tip just for you. Subscribe to the channel if you want more helpful tips for your IELTS exam. I wish you best of luck. See you in the next one.
Everyone wants a Band 7.5 in IELTS, but very few people actually get it. It's not about knowing every word or grammar rule. It's about doing things right every time you practice. In this video, I'll show you 3 habits that every 7.5 band IELTS student does and how you can start following them from today. Number 1, they think like the examiner. Band 7 point students don't just answer questions. They think what the examiner really wants. In writing and speaking, they focus on clarity, structure, and development, not memorized phrases. In reading and listening, they look for evidence, not opinions. For example, in the reading section, when faced with true, false, and not given, they just don't make guesses by reading one sentence that maybe it's right because it's, well, true. No, they match the statement word by word to the paragraph. They match words logically to the passage and only then make sure that they answer true, false, or not given. That's examiner thinking. Make sure to ask yourself every time before you answer, does this clearly meet what the question asks? Are you preparing for IELTS and you want a high band score, but you're stuck between reading traps, writing mistakes, and speaking nerves? Well, you're not alone. But the good news is that you don't have to struggle anymore. After 7 years of experience with IELTS, I've created a complete IELTS mastery course. It has things from 500 synonyms required for reading to amazing idioms that help you get a high band score in speaking, proven structures for Writing Task 1, Academic, General, and Writing Task 2 with actual band 9 samples with a range of 6.5 to 9, and why this is a 6.5, why it's a 7, why it's at 8, and how to get to 9. Listening strategies with actual examples, plus topic-based vocabulary banks, grammar fixes, and linking words that examiners love. And here is the actual best part. I'm not saying this out of the blue. My students have actually achieved a band 7, 7.5, an 8, an 8.5, and even a band 9 in reading, listening, speaking, you name it. This course is not just about IELTS. It's about opening doors to opportunities, universities, and careers that are your dream. So if you're actually serious about getting your dream band score, I have attached the course link in the description of this video. Click on it and let's make IELTS your success story.
Number 2, they practice under exam conditions. People who score a 6 and 6.5, what they do is they practice slowly at their own convenience. But a person who gets above a 7, 7.5, they practice under exam conditions. They time their exams and they do that at least once or twice a week. 60 minutes for reading. Full writing tasks with no pauses. They understand that IELTS just doesn't check your English, but it actually tests pressure performance as well. The biggest tip here is set a timer for every practice. No phone, no help from the internet. If you can perform under real pressure, band 7.5 starts looking like a reality. Number 3, they learn from mistakes, not only materials. Band 6 students keep downloading more and more material, whereas someone who scores a 7 or 7.5 or above always check for their old mistakes and the reason why they made that mistake and how they can correct it the next time. They track their errors, spelling, word forms, sentence formation, idea development, and coherence. After that, each mistake becomes a lesson, not a loss. After writing task 2, they're not just guessing what their score might be. They are paraphrasing, where something can be changed, they're checking for mistakes, they're checking for spelling errors, and if needed, they rewrite one paragraph perfectly. That's where progress happens. If you want an IELTS band 7.5 or higher, stop looking for new materials and new ways. Start following the habits that I told you in the video, and you will see your progress. Think like the examiner, train like it's the test, and learn deeply from your mistakes. That's what separates a band 6 from a 7.5. Comment below which habit you will start with. I will reply with a tip for you to apply it easily, and subscribe for more useful tips on this channel. Thank you very much for joining me. See you in the next one. Almost every IELTS student is repeating the same mistakes in the computer-based test, and the crazy part is nobody teaches you how to avoid them. If you're taking the digital IELTS, these mistakes can drop your score. Even if your English is good, let's fix that right now. Mistake number 1, not practicing your typing speed. Most students think IELTS writing is about grammar and vocabulary. In the computer-based test, it's also about typing speed. If you cannot type at least 30 to 35 words per minute, you will struggle to reach the required 250 to 280 words in task 2. Fix. Do 10-minute typing drills daily for 1 week. Use your computer, not your phone. Use IELTS questions, not random text. Mistake number 2. Overusing backspace. Students waste 20 to 40 seconds per paragraph constantly editing mid-sentence. This breaks your flow and kills coherence. Fix. Type your full sentence, then adjust it. Your ideas become clearer and your speed improves. Mistake number 3. Ignoring highlight plus notes tools in reading. On paper-based tests, you highlight physically. But in digital IELTS, the highlight tool is rarely used even though it saves time. Fix. When scanning, highlight names, dates, numbers, keywords, contrasting words, for example, however, although. These become instant anchors when answering. Mistake number 4. Preparing for IELTS and you want a high band score, but you're stuck between reading traps, writing mistakes, and speaking nerves. Well, you're not alone. But the good news is that you don't have to struggle anymore. After 7 years of experience with IELTS, I've created a complete IELTS mastery course. It has things from 500 synonyms required for reading
to amazing idioms that help you get a high band score in speaking, proven structures for Writing Task 1, Academic, General, and Writing Task 2 with actual band 9 samples with a range of 6.5 to 9, and why this is a 6.5, why it's a 7, why it's an 8, and how to get to 9. Listening strategies with actual examples, plus topic-based vocabulary banks, grammar fixes, and linking words that examiners love. And here is the actual best part. I'm not saying this out of the blue. My students have actually achieved a band 7, 7.5, an 8, an 8.5, and even a band 9 in reading, listening, speaking, you name it. This course is not just about IELTS. It's about opening doors to opportunities, universities, and careers that are your dream. So if you're actually serious about getting your dream band score, I have attached the course link in the description of this video. Click on it and let's make IELTS your success story. And answering. Mistake number 4, scrolling wrong in reading. The digital reading test requires scrolling the passage while viewing questions separately. Most students scroll too fast, skip lines, or get lost. Fix. Use the half screen technique. Keep the paragraph you're reading aligned with the top of the window. Scroll slowly and consistently. Answer in order because the passage follows the question sequence. This improves accuracy. Mistake number 5. Not using the timer smartly. In digital IELTS, the timer is always visible. This can help or distract. Fix. Check the timer only every 10 minutes in reading, every 5 minutes in writing, not at all in listening because you don't need it. Constant checking breaks concentration. Mistake number 6. Using the wrong headphone settings. In listening, computer-based tests gives you adjustable volume. Students often turn it too low. Keep it a little higher than what you usually listen to so it doesn't distort audio. For too high and too low, you might not be able to hear. But make sure to keep the volume comfortable to you. If the audio sounds sharp or hissy, reduce it slightly. Clarity improves. Mistake number 7. Not knowing keyboard shortcuts. Using your mouse only means slow. Essential shortcuts. Ctrl+C, copy. Ctrl+V, paste inside notes. Ctrl+A, select all. Ctrl+left or right arrow, jump words faster. Ctrl+space equals delete full words instantly. This saves precious seconds. Computer-based IELTS is not harder or easier, it's different. If you fix these hidden mistakes, your score goes up immediately because you compete with fewer students who understand the digital format. Fix these and you'll get a higher band. Comment down below which of these parts of computer-based tests you're struggling with, and I'll answer with a personalized tip just for you. Give this video a like if you found any helpful material in this. Subscribe to the channel. I will keep coming back with more helpful tips about IELTS to help you score higher in your exam. Thank you very much. See you in the next one.
Welcome to IELTS with Teacher Jack. Today we'll talk about exam day tips and hacks to boost your IELTS score. Number 1, I can't stress this enough, you need to be well rested. I always recommend my students to stop practicing leading up to the exam at least one day before. So one day before the exam, you should not practice anything else. Rest well, let your mind rest. If you are too tired by practice, you will not be able to perform 100% in the exam. Next, I think if we go section by section in speaking, the first question when they ask you, are you a student or do you work? That is out of the exam question. No matter how you answer it, it won't affect your IELTS score. When speaking to the examiner, make sure you make eye contact. You can use your hand gestures, doesn't matter, doesn't make any difference into your score. Fluency is key, be very fluent. Try to avoid filler sounds like ums and ahs to get a better score. For speaking part 2, I always recommend to go all the way over to 2 minutes to make sure that the examiner scores you for the whole 2 minutes. My students who have done less than 2 minutes have achieved at least 0.5 band less than the students who went overboard while covering the topic and not going off track. If we talk about listening, a very simple tip is to have your audio set higher than usual to be able to understand what they're speaking in the audio. It absolutely helps. Never hesitate to ask help from the interlocutors. They are there for you. So if you have any issue whatsoever with the audio equipment, if the sound is not clear, if there is murmur sounds, make sure to ask them to replace it or fix it right away. In listening section again, make sure to catch the first ever question. I made another a video. It will be being displayed here, which basically tells you more about the listening section, and it's easier to get a band 9 in it. When it comes to reading, the main part is to save time. If any question is taking longer than 2 minutes, make sure to skip it and leave it for the last. There is a ticker in the examination software that helps you to identify which questions you have not solved. So you can always come back to the questions you haven't done. In reading section, it's important to skim through and not read everything, yet compare the questions, look for keywords, and skim through the reading to save time. When it comes to true, false or not given, they are in order. So whenever you find the first question, the second one, and consecutively, the other ones will be below it. Quick hack for writing. The writing task 2 carries double the marks of task 1. So whatever band you get in writing task 2 will be counted twice. So make sure to start with the task 2 as it has much more importance. Make sure to get it done in time. Before you start task 2, I want you to think for 2 minutes, structure your essay in your mind, and then start. Those were the hacks for the exam day of IELTS. I hope all of you get your target scores. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I will answer every single one of you. Share this video for any friend or family member who is about to take the IELTS exam. Thank you very much.